CM Cuck continues to embarrass himself. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Still feeling really rough, but I feel even worse after seeing a certain CM Punk incident. Now, we've got a few things CM Punk to discuss today. Now, he took aim at stalkers that tried to approach wrestlers at airports and hotels, and he said, they need to stop harassing people. Which we will get into, and then the second half of this video will be this guy's antics at a live event last night in Australia, or this morning, whenever it was. I don't really care what it was, because it's actually embarrassing. But anyway, he put a big Instagram, so, what did he say? The Undertaker called out marks to try to take advantage of wrestlers at the airport. Well, let's see here. This is what CM Punk said, and I quote, "We unfortunately have to have this conversation again. Do not turn up at airports. Do not show up at hotels. I cannot believe I have to say this. Do not follow people. You've repeatedly been politely told no. Respect it. You're not a fan. You're a stalker and will be treated as such. Respect the boundaries. Stop harassing people." End of quote. Here, I have no doubts, right, that there is fucking sad little losers out there that will literally just go to a hotel and go to an airport to get a picture with these wrestlers, right? But what about the fans that are legitimately just at the airport? Say, like, they're going on holiday or they're doing whatever business, even though I would argue most people at the airport going somewhere on business aren't getting pictures with CM Cuck, right? But say you just genuinely wanted a picture with CM Punk, right? Or an autograph. I don't know. Does that make you fucking horrible? Does that make you a horrible human being? No, it doesn't, right? And it's the same with the hotel stuff, right? These guys of today, they want to so bad be the guys of the past. When the fuck do you hear stories of guys of the past, like, coming out with shit like this? And I get it, today's modern age, social media, it's much more a thing. But, I, honestly, man, am I missing something? But I don't recall any stories for, like, legends of the past berating fans for wanting pictures or autographs at airports or hotels. You fucking, I mean, honestly, this feels like it happens every couple of days in, like, modern wrestling, so, yeah, not advocating, I'm not sticking up for anyone that's following CM Punk around airports and hotels, because that is just fucking weird behaviour, people need to reel it in, but at the same time, how much of this is actually being exaggerated by CM Punk? Like, we seen that incident in Paris a couple of months ago with Rhea Ripley, where people wanted pictures and autographs with her, and it was, I mean, it was got blown out of proportion to a point where people were pretending that, like, a heinous crime was committed. Like, all it was a couple of people stood around Rhea Ripley as she was trying to get in, like, the back end Uber or a taxi or whatever it was, and they were trying to act like this heinous crime. It was pathetic. But, I mean, I've seen a lot of people are bashing Punk for this, so we'll look at a few comments. Here comes said stalkers complaining about how wrestlers should be humble and appreciate being followed around. But no one is saying that they should be followed around. But I feel like he's doing this every couple of days, CM Punk, and this guy says, I get him, but come on, you're a celebrity and you'll never be able to control this. This isn't a wrestler thing, folks, right? I mean, honestly. Right? This is just like anybody, any form of celebrity gets this treatment. And that's like almost the price that you pay would be in the public eye like this. Now, yeah, down be less viewers than ever before, so they're less and less in the public eye, but the fact still remains, these people are still recognisable to a degree, especially when they're in the actual place where the event is, because that's where they're going to be more recognised there. But see if it's just people at hotels and airports asking for a photo or an autograph, I don't think that's honestly, to cry about that, I think it's actually embarrassing. It fucking is. It really, really is. At the end of the day, you're making millions. I don't think taking 5 seconds out of your fucking day to interact with a fan is the worst thing ever. Now, yeah, if it happens, like, if it happens to a degree of it's keeping you back in awe, then I understand that. But I mean, I remember, like, Bret Hart a month ago said about Hogan, he spent like an hour signing all these autographs, but then he was going to be late for his flight, so he had to run off to get it. And the last kid who didn't get like an autograph or whatever was then slabbering about Hogan. So it's like there is like no real win win-win situation here. It feels like a lose-lose, where no matter how much, like, the wrestler actually interacts with the fans, is still going to get bashed by someone who missed it, but at the same time, that's just one example of back in the day where, I mean, they loved the fame back in the day. They loved it. They loved interacting with the fans. Now they're just overpaid fucking jobbers at the end of the day. But this is Exhibit A of overpaid jobbers. CM Punk being an absolute fucking loser. So he hits the Riptide on Dominic Mysterio and then does Rhea Ripley's pin on Dominic Mysterio. Like he wants to fuck him up the ass. What the hell was this all about? And you're thinking, can this guy get any less fucking masculine? And then he does this. So Rhea Ripley, look at that. See, so Rhea Ripley stands there, and Io Sky jumps into her arms, and then she puts Io Sky down and turns to Punk and opens her hands up. And what does CM Punk do? He runs and jumps and gets caught by Rhea Ripley in a cuddle position where he wraps his legs around Rhea Ripley. I mean, honestly, that's fucking embarrassing. Could you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin doing that back in the day? Hulk Hogan? Now, again, they were real fucking men and had a bit of weight in them, and I don't think many women, maybe outside of China, would have been able to fucking carry them. But the point stands, folks, they wouldn't have been fucking doing it. CM Punk is an absolute loser. I mean, look at the actual fucking state of that. Does no one think that's embarrassing? I mean, running into the arms of Rhea Ripley. Look at the fucking stadium. Getting carried about by Rhea Ripley. What the fuck does AJ Lee think of that? Another woman carrying her man about like a fucking handbag. Guy's a loser. Anyway, till next time, fuck CM Punk, jobber.